All right, how we doing? All right, so I'm Scott Nelowet. Thought I'd go ahead and start this off by answering the questions that come up most often with me anyway. First question you're probably asking, yes, I did play sports. I lettered in both badminton and mini golf. For the nervous guy in the room, no, I'm not the guy who beat you up in middle school, so stop thinking about it. The question that often comes up a lot, people look at me and they'll say, hey, you know, you look just like Steve Martin, which I appreciate. Except for everybody else also says my wife looks exactly like Catherine Zeta-Jones, which does not help my ego at all, because on what planet does Steve Martin end up with Catherine Zeta-Jones, right? It doesn't happen. The other thing is, and this, you know, invariably people look at me, they wonder, they ponder, and eventually they have to act, and so I figured I'd go ahead and clear this out right away. I am, in fact, a white guy. So I don't know if anyone noticed that or wondering, but there you go. I'm sort of an unusual white guy in that I don't like mayonnaise, don't play tennis, I'm not a big fan of NASCAR. It's kind of like a Vietnamese guy doesn't like dog, or black guy doesn't like big butts, or Jared from Subway turning down a copy of the Toys R Us catalog. Oh wait, you like Jared jokes? Okay, I got a quick Jared joke for you, sidebar here. So you hear Jared had a religious conversion in jail? Yeah, now he wants to be a Catholic priest. Okay, I'll leave that one alone. So anyway, I do see a lot of these race groups bonding together over race issues, and it made me want to connect with my race group, so I joined the KKK. Yeah, it went okay for a while, but then we were having a planning meeting, we were talking about where to burn the next cross, and I said, hey, what about my place? I'm Jewish. So they kicked me out. And my girlfriend at the time, Beyonce Jackson, was pretty happy that I did that. She said the white sheep were kind of freaking her out anyway, so. I do mention that I'm Jewish. Most people find that surprising because I'm kind of unusual for a Jew. You know, I'm tall, I'm big, I've got a full head of hair. I did really bad in school. I'm terrible in math and I've got no money. So, you know, I'm kind of like, I'm as unusual for a Jew as like a black guy with a small dick, or a really dumb Asian person, or a really friendly United Airlines worker. But I do get asked, as a white person, the one question I get asked a lot, they say, Scott, we see what people post online, we watch Fox News, and we gotta ask you, why are all white guys so friggin' angry, right? And I say, it's pretty simple. You know, we used to run everything. Now, we work for an Indian guy, in a company owned by an Asian guy, in a country that was run by a black guy. At last election, we were choosing between a woman and an orange guy. There's no place for a white guy anymore, right? Now, I don't want to get too political here, because I'm not a liberal or a conservative. I'm more of a liberative or a conservative. My Mercedes has a Prius emblem on it. And this affects how I see all the major issues that are out there. So the major issues, like, for instance, I don't know if life begins at conception, but I do believe that stupidity does. I can prove it. Anyone want to go to Walmart with me? I'm a big believer in affirmative action, but only as it applies to tall, white, Jewish guys. I understand same-sex marriage. Anyone who's been married for more than a year probably does. I am a firm believer that gun control is the absolute best way to keep our population down. I mean birth control. I always screw that one up. And much like Donald Trump, I believe that climate change is a Chinese hoax that should just be ignored. Much like the female orgasm. Okay. But I got an O on that one. Okay, I got three arbitrary ones for you. This is three things that come to mind I've just been thinking about a little bit. You know, the first one is, I had a girlfriend break up with me once. She broke up with me because she said she wanted a guy with a bigger dick, right? Which really puts you in your place when you see that her next boyfriend's a midget. You know, very frustrating. I'm a guy who likes, I like rap music. Ice Cube's probably my favorite rap artist out there. But it brings me to this. What's this an impression of? Anyone? That is a white guy singing rap lyrics in public. Right? I got a simple answer. Black people, if you want white people to stop using the N-word, stop writing such damn good songs with the N-bomb in it. It's very simple. The other thing I was thinking about was these millennials that are out there, everyone we watching with the Cal Berkeley thing, and they're freaking out over that, freaking out over the election. And I thought as a public service, I would help everybody out in this room by giving you a list of things you can say to a millennial without pissing them off. Okay, so here's the list. Thank you. So anyway, I did have a chance though recently. I've got a buddy of mine who's a millennial. I had a chance to give him some good advice recently. The guy watches tons of online porn, right? He watches so much that his webpage is ticked terrible. He watches so much that his right hand is sponsored by Kleenex. So much that his mouse has actually started to grow pubic hair. I mean, he watches a lot. And I said, man, you can't watch that porn. It skews your view of reality, and it makes you think there are actually women out there who are waiting for you to email them so they can have sex with you. And he looks at me like a young guy looks at an old guy, explaining the most basic of computer stuff. And he says, but they are. And he shows me all these hookup sites he's on where he's getting laid all the time. Sites like Tinder and Plenty of Fish and Lesbian Nuns in Bondage and ChristianMingle.com. I mean, kids today are just, they're swiping left and right all day long. It's amazing. But really, I'm not one that should be giving advice about women, because frankly, everything I know about women I learned as a kid from watching Bill Cosby. Don't laugh, that shit works. Now drink up and we'll talk after the show. But you know, it does bring me to the point that women and men do think very differently. I think we can prove that here. Okay, very quickly. I'm going to ask some questions. You go ahead and answer it. Give one word, fill in on the question. Okay? So, for instance, women. A woman you walk in on your man playing with himself, and it's what? One word. Gross. Gross. Okay? Man, you walk in on your woman playing with herself, and it's awesome. Awesome, right? Okay. Women, your boss makes it a prerequisite for your job. Your male boss makes it a prerequisite for your job to have sex with them. That is gross, wrong, okay? Men, your hot female boss makes it a prerequisite to have sex with her in order to keep your job. It's yes. Okay, last one. These last two are for everybody, right? Male teacher has sex with a student. It is gross, disgusting. Okay. Now, everyone look at a girl or a guy look at a girl each way. Man, the female teacher has sex with a student. It's it's awesome, right? Look, women, you want to see how screwed up men are? Men, does it matter what sex the student is? That's how sick we are. That's how sick we are. Okay. But anyway, I'm married now, and my wife frowns on me dating, so you know I have time for other stuff like going to the gym. And frankly, you know, I'm too old with her to go to a normal 20-year-old gym. I just can't compete there anymore with all those buffed up guys. So I joined a gym where I could really dominate. And you know, it's been going well, but having trouble finding a workout partner since my first incident. You know, workout partner is someone there to help you do more than you think you can do, right? So I got this guy. We go in there, I get him on the bench. I start racking up 45s on each side. I lift the weights up, I drop it down, and it just crushes him, right? Now here's the screwed up part. Everyone starts yelling at me like it's my fault. Like I'm supposed to be aware that senior citizens have brittle bones. I mean, and man, everyone starts yelling at me. You know, I start getting beaten up with these walkers and canes. I think I still have some denture marks in my ass. And the staff were total jerks about it, wouldn't even let me stay for pudding. I mean, totally ridiculous. But you know, that does bring me to my last little thoughts here is, you know, my daughter just graduated high school. So, yeah, very excited about that. Wife and I were very excited, looking forward to being empty nesters. In fact, I had this idea of converting her bedroom into a kind of a special mommy-daddy room. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a big fluffy bed in there, mirrors in the ceiling, a giant vat of peanut butter. You know, it's gonna be awesome. And then my 90-year-old father-in-law moved in instead. So we've converted the room into an adult diaper changing room. That went wrong very, very quickly. You know, he's a good guy, happy to have him there. He's been a great dad to her, he's been a good guy to me, and you know, but I can't help thinking of Logan's Run every time I got home at night. You know, the difference between old people and young people, I mean, when you're raising kids and you're raising old people, it's the same sort of thing, except for eventually young kids learn to say thank you. Another difference between the two of them is farts. Is that young kids, right? Young kids' farts are surprising and fun and hilarious. For old people, they're a birthright. I mean, he doesn't even bother to hide it anymore. He didn't blame it on the cat or anything like that. He just looks at you and goes, yeah, I farted. Yeah, that was me, you know? He just goes right to it. You know, he's got dementia, which listen, I'm not making fun of this disease at all. It's a tough disease. But sometimes I'm not sure if he's got the disease or if he's just playing me. I'll give you an example. The other night, we're all sitting around, And in the middle of nothing, he just turns around, looks at me, and he goes, you know, my daughter could not have done worse than marrying you if she had married a friggin' monkey, right? And then he just nods off. And now I'm starting to get a little pissed about this, right? My wife leans over, she goes, honey, dementia. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense, I'll let it go. So he wakes up about 2 hours later, right? He gets up, he goes, hey, I'm going to the kitchen, honey, you need anything? My wife says, no, I'm fine. He goes, how about you, monkey butt? You need any peanut butter? So I think this last trick that I played on him actually is justified. So one of the things about his dementia is that he believes literally anything I tell him, right? So the other day, I told him he's an illegal alien from Mexico, and I dropped him off at Trump headquarters. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't drop him off at all. I mean, you should see what he's doing with my lawn right now, it's spectacular. And he's great in the kitchen too, it's awesome. My wife hates that I play this joke, but she just can't get enough of his guacamole and margaritas, so it's just great. Anyway, that's all I got. I appreciate you giving me some time. Thanks.